This map shows the temperature anomalies, above average temperatures. We're going to continue to see this heat coming up from Spain and France across the south and east. It's not going to last.
I know here in Salford it's quite miserable, isn't it? Carol, you're going to bring some cheer though. Hello.
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Oh, for him, it's going to be rather wet. There's a lot of rain moving across Scotland at the moment, and not just Scotland.
Two Brazilian nuns have gone viral after dropping an impromptu beatbox and dance session during a Catholic television programme.
Oh, 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 coração. Oh, oh, coração. Oh, rapaz, que é isso?
OK, so we've a trio all together singing a catchy tune, a bit of a sing-along. Then one of the nuns, Sister Marizel, put the microphone close to her mouth. Yeah, started to beatbox. You can see her on the left there. Sister Marizel's colleague, and you can see the priests started dancing, obviously. And there it is. I kind of get the impression they've done that before, you know.
Yeah, why not?
Like it was fairly well rehearsed.
Just because you're a person of the cloth does not mean you don't have rhythm. Obviously.
No. No.
Do you know what? The thing is, if Carol could just do that when the weather's slightly dull, it would just make it so much better for this programme.
I'd be content, to be fair, Carol. I think Naga's talking about dancing. I'd be content with a bit of beatboxing.
Yes.
If you want to, if you could do that, because all you have to do is, you know, you get your microphone, you know, do that thing. Could you do that?
The mic, yeah, do it. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
But like today's going to be wet across many parts of the country. I can't do it.
We love that.
You stick with the day job. What am I doing this for anyway? It's my clicker. Moving swiftly on. Good morning, everybody. Maybe the nuns and the priests were doing a rain dance, because we've certainly got a lot of that today in the forecast. And over the next few days, it is going to remain fairly changeable. But you can see in Plockton in the Highlands a lot of low cloud. There's some heavy rain here as well.
You know, when you went Naga and Charlie, one, it sounded quite strict, and two, I thought you were about to go into, like, rap again. Feel free.
No, I think we've had enough of that now, Naga.
I'm with Carol, actually. I'm with Carol on that.
Thanks, Charlie.
Always here to support you, Carol.
What can I say?
Take care. See you later. Carol's rapping about the rain anyway. She's been, like, beatboxing and all sorts. I know. There's a skill.
It's a whole new world.
I knew she was a talented woman, but, my goodness, it just goes on and on and on, doesn't it, Carol?
No, it's actually got no beginning, Naga, I have to say. But good morning, everybody. This morning, it's a dreich start to the day if you've not yet been out. There's a lot of low cloud, mist, some fogginess around the hills, and some heavy rain. So as a result, the temperatures will be a little bit lower, but still looking at highs of 21. Charlie and Naga.
All right.
Is that around the average at the moment, Carol?
This isn't far off it, but the next couple of days we're above average. And of course, we're getting into the beginning of June by the time we get to Sunday.
Ah, OK, something to look forward to. So that'll stop Charlie moaning, at least for the next 15 minutes.
I don't know about that. But let's see. Let's see.
See you, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
With the lighter winds and the higher temperatures, it will feel quite pleasant if you're in the sunshine, with highs potentially locally in the southeast to 26, maybe even 27. Naga and Charlie.
I'm liking your numbers, Carol.
Thank you, Naga.
That sounded a bit sinister, didn't it? Sorry, Carol.
What's coming next?
Ah, well, we have another hour together. We shall see. See you later. See you later.
Thank you.
And Carol's lurking in the bushes, by the look of things.
What are you saying about Carol?
Let's move on from that one. Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. This morning is a murky start to the day. We've got some low clouds, some mist, some fog, some damp conditions, as you can see here in Cornwall. We've also got some rain. This is the rain earlier in Anglesey, and that rain is continuing to drift northwards and eastwards. Then beyond that, the weather still remains changeable, but on Saturday, it looks like it's going to be warmer, more especially across central and southern areas. And then we see some more rain coming our way in the north. And again, a real mixture from Sunday into Monday when it turns that bit cooler. Naga and Charlie.
Carol, thank you very much. I'm going to give you a special wish for a lovely end of the week, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Naga. Take care. Same to you.
Bye.
And Charlie.
We started off with cloud and rain today, but for many of us have seen the weather improving. Bit of sunshine coming through, and it
Well, if you're a hay fever sufferer and sensitive to grass pollen, I'm afraid you will need to take care over the next few days. High traces of it on Friday and as we go into the weekend too. Bye-bye.
Hi there, Jane. Here's our two faces of Thursday. Sometimes wet and windy across the far northwest. In the Lake District, lots of sunshine breaking through, and it was quite warm but breezy across eastern England. Temperatures into the mid-20s. So quite a messy story generally across the country today.
Hello, Victoria. Yes, this was built for the 2012 Olympics. It's still where the British canoe slalom team train. And in a moment, we'll be talking to an Olympian who trains here. Adam Burgess went out and joined another team today to clean up the rivers, as you say, just on the River Lee that's adjacent to this centre. Because while facilities like this are excellent for those athletes, most paddle careers start on the natural waterways. And that's not the only reason that they are important.
The River Lee flows through here in Hertfordshire from the Chiltern Hills and on into East London. It's a wildlife haven, even in its most urban stretches. To keep it that way, this group of volunteers and canoe slalom Olympians is heading out with litter pickers for this year's big paddle cleanup. Last year's national cleanup pulled almost 2,000 bags of rubbish from our waterways, plus some larger items like this one we found today.
We find things like chairs, fishing nets, car batteries, fake Christmas trees, you name it, it's actually sadly in our waters.
And dare I say it, it felt a bit muggy today.
Funny old day, really, isn't it? Because it was windy as well. Warm and windy. I was out in the garden this morning. It felt like I was in the middle of a hairdryer. It was so windy and warm with it. And that was the story. We were chasing a little bit of cloud around as well from time to time. But it was dry. It was pleasant enough if you've been sightseeing with the kids in the centre of town. And there's more warmth to come as well.
After yesterday's beautiful sunshine in the Yorkshire Dales, Joe's had a wet and windy day in Harrogate. Joe, how are things looking now?
It's absolutely pouring with rain here in Valley Gardens, Harrogate this evening, and it's been raining steadily across much of the north of England through this afternoon. Some much needed rain, of course. We heard about the drought in the northwest of England, and there'll be more rain over the next few days for northern areas. It's certainly going to be quite unsettled to end this week. But we do know it's been the sunniest spring on record, and provisional figures suggest that it's also been the third driest spring since records began as well. And it's certainly mixed fortunes today. In the north, rather damp conditions, but in the southeast this afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and temperatures at Heathrow reach 25 degrees. So it really is a tale of two halves over the next few days or so. But of course, we are approaching meteorological summer. That starts on Sunday. And as our thoughts start to turn towards the summer months, the Met Office have given us this outlook. They are expecting an increased chance of hotter than average temperatures for June, July and August, and increased perhaps of heatwave conditions within those months. That's in line with the warming trend of our climate, of course. Whether it will be drier or wetter than average at the moment is still 50-50. Now let's take a look at the details for the next few days or so. Jet stream wise, it is positioned across the north of the UK, so unsettled conditions for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Further south, more in the way of sunshine and a feed of really warm air, which will peak on Saturday at 26 or 27 degrees. With low pressure in charge of our weather through the rest of this week, there will be further showers really anywhere across the UK, and some of these heavy. There's quite a humid feel to our weather through this evening and the next few days or so, a muggy feel as well, with temperatures rising, particularly in the south and east, and peaking on Saturday before a fresher feel from Sunday onwards.